Golf is not a game of perfect. It's a game of patience. The myth of perfection. Picture this. You're standing on the 18th tee, the sun dipping low, your buddies watching, and your best score ever dangling within reach. One pure swing. That's all you need. Your heart thumps, your grip tightens, and you let it rip. The ball soars, then slices into the trees. You curse the wind, your clubs, yourself. Sound familiar? Welcome to golf, a game that teases us with perfection, then snatches it away just when we think we've got it. But here's the secret the greatest players alive already know. Golf isn't about perfection, it's about patience. And that's exactly what this audiobook, Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, It's a Game of Patience, is here to unlock for you. I'm your guide on this journey, and together we're stepping into a world where the scoreboard doesn't tell the whole story. This isn't just another golf lesson, it's a revolution for your mind, your swing, and your soul on the course. We're inspired by the legendary Dr. Bob Rotella, the sports psychologist who shaped champions like Tiger Woods and Jordan Spieth. Following his lead, we're peeling back the mental game to reveal what really wins. Not the flawless drive, but the steady hand that endures a miss. We'll walk the fairways with icons, Nicklaus grinding out majors, Tiger clawing back from adversity, Annika Sorenstam silencing doubters, each showing us how patience turns chaos into triumph. But these aren't just lessons from the past. We're arming you with cutting-edge tools, data from Decade Golf and UpGame that reveals the statistical truths of golf, quantifying the very principles of acceptance and strategy Dr. Rotella championed, proving why the pros don't sweat every shank and why you shouldn't either. You'll hear stories that'll make you laugh, like my buddy Dave's epic meltdown chasing one perfect shot, and moments that'll inspire you, like Tiger's ice-cold putt to reclaim the Masters. This audiobook is your caddy for the long haul. Whether you're a weekend warrior stuck at 95, a club champ hunting 75, or just someone who loves the game but hates the frustration, here's what you're getting: a blueprint to ditch the perfection trap, master pressure, bounce back from blow-ups, and build a game that lasts. We'll dig into why pros miss fairways 35% of the time and still win, how a 20-minute chipping session can shave 4 strokes off your card, and how slowing down can speed up your progress. By the end, you won't just play better, you'll think better, feel better, and maybe even love golf more than you ever have. So grab your headphones, picture that next tee box, and let's rewrite your golf story. Because in this game, patience isn't just a virtue, it's the edge that changes everything. Welcome to Golf is Not a Game of Perfect, it's a Game of Patience. Let's get started. Chapter 1, The Patience of the Pros. Close your eyes for a second and picture this. It's June 1992, and the U.S. Open's unfolding on the jagged cliffs of Pebble Beach. The Pacific Ocean crashes below. A cold wind rips through the cypress trees, and the leaderboard's a battlefield. Tom Kite steps onto the first tee, a wiry, bespectacled 42-year-old who's been grinding the PGA Tour for 2 decades. He's got 19 wins in his pocket, a short game that could carve stone, but no major. 13 times he's knocked on the U.S. Open's door. 13 times it's slammed shut. Today the course is a beast. Fairways tighter than a needle's eye, greens slicker than a frozen pond, gusts pushing balls like they're toys. The gallery's buzzing with names like Nick Faldo, Fred Couples, guys who ooze charisma. Kite? He's the underdog nobody's betting on, but he's about to show you the heartbeat of this audiobook. Golf isn't a game of perfect swings. It's a game of patient warriors. That week, Kite doesn't light up the sky. His drives flirt with rough, his irons tangle with bunkers, and bogeys sneak onto his card like uninvited guests. But here's where it gets good. Miss a green? He chips it so close you'd swear he's got a magnet in the ball, sometimes inside a foot. Putter goes quiet? He lags it to gimme range, calm as a monk, never rushing a read. Sunday rolls in, and the wind's a full-on tyrant, 40 miles an hour, turning Pebble into a war zone. Faldo's fading, Couples is crumbling, The leaderboard's a graveyard of big swings and bigger regrets. Kite keeps his head down, grinds out a 71, nothing flashy, just relentless, and walks off with the trophy, winning by 2. It's not a tale of perfection. It's a testament to patience. A guy who waited 13 years, then outlasted a storm and a stacked field to claim his moment. Now jump ahead to 2015, Augusta National, the Masters. Jordan Spieth's 21, a Texas kid with a baby face and a putter that's been singing all week. He's chasing the green jacket, the gallery's roaring, history whispering in his ear. Sunday's no cakewalk, bogeys stain his scorecard, the back nine's a gauntlet of azaleas and nerves. He steps to 18, one shot ahead, the weight of it all pressing down. His drive's decent, but the approach is dicey. Pin tucked right, a funky lie staring him down. The old Spieth, the gunslinger, might have fired at the flag, daring fate for a birdie to seal it, but he's got Doctor. Rotella's voice echoing, "Stay present." He lays up on 18 at Augusta, drops a wedge to safety, 2 putts from 20 feet, and slips into that jacket. Patience under a spotlight, and it shines brighter than any highlight reel shot. Patience isn't just about grinding or laying up, though. Sometimes it's about trusting your skill under the most intense pressure imaginable. Let's add one more iconic U.S. Open moment to the mix. Tom Watson at the 1982 U.S. Open, Pebble Beach again. He's 32, already a 5-time major champion, including the Masters and 3 Open championships across the pond. But the U.S. Open title itself had eluded him. He's locked in a duel with Jack Nicklaus, the Golden Bear himself. It's Sunday's 17th hole, a par 3 framed by cliffs and crashing waves. Watson's tied for the lead, but his tee shot drifts left, burying in thick, gnarly rough just off the green. Pins downhill, slick as glass. Most guys are staring at bogey, maybe worse. The crowd holds its breath, Nicklaus watching from the scorer's tent. Watson doesn't flinch. He grabs his sand wedge, takes a long look, and chips. Soft, precise, masterful. The ball lands, rolls, and drops. Birdie. He pars 18, wins by 2, and snatches the trophy from Jack's grip. That shot's legendary, but it's not the point. The point is the patience behind it. Years of short game reps, a refusal to panic, a trust that one swing could turn the tide. Here's where the rubber meets the road, and it's going to blow your mind. Decade Golf, cooked up by stats guru Scott Fawcett, has dissected thousands of pro rounds, and the numbers don't lie. The best players in the world hit the fairway just 60 to 65% of the time. Over a third of their drives go rogue. From 150 yards out, they landed inside 20 feet less than half the time. 45%, says ShotLink. On the greens, the sharpest putters sink 50% of their 10-footers, meaning half roll away. And get this, in majors, pros bogey 15 to 20% of holes and still hoist trophies. Perfection's a myth, a ghost that haunts us hackers but doesn't faze the elite. What do they have instead? Patience. When a drive hooks, they punch out, not praying for a miracle gap. When a putt lips out, they shrug, reset, and line up the next one. Kite, Spieth, Watson, they don't win by being robots, they win by being rocks. This chapter's your golden ticket to that world. You're not just hearing stories, you're cracking the code of the pro's mental game. We're talking Kite outlasting a hurricane at Pebble, Spieth taming Augusta's pressure cooker, Watson staring down Nicklaus with a wedge and unshakable nerve. And we're backing it with decades brilliance. Play to your dispersion, a fancy way of saying your shots scatter, so plan for it. This isn't about hitting every fairway, it's about thriving when you don't. Stick with me, and you'll walk away with a pro's secret weapon, patience you can feel, wield, and win with. Whether you're battling a win-whip Mooney or eyeing your first club championship, this is your launch pad. The pros don't fear mistakes, they master them. And by the end of this chapter, you'll be ready to do the same. Let's keep going. Chapter 2. The Weekend Warrior's Trap. It's Saturday morning, dew still clinging to the grass, and you're pulling into the lot of your local muni, a scrappy little track with bent tees and greens that roll like a funhouse floor. You've got your battered golf bag slung over your shoulder, a thermos of coffee strong enough to wake the dead, and that itch every weekend warrior knows. Today's the day. Maybe you break 90, maybe you finally shove a scorecard in your buddy's face and say, beat that. First hole, you step up, shake off the rust, and whack, the driver sings. A 280-yard beauty, arrow straight, lands soft as a whisper in the fairway's heart. Your crew's silent, then erupts. Man, you're on fire! You strut to your ball, chest out, already picturing the 19th hole bragging rights. Then hole 2 hits like a freight train. A topped 3 wood squirts 50 yards, a wedge chunks into a greenside bunker, and a 3-putt from 10 feet leaves you staring at an 8. That fire snuffed out. You're mad, you're muttering, and you're hooked. Hooked on chasing that first shot's perfection until it buries you. Welcome to the Weekend Warriors Trap. Take my pal Dave, a 15 handicap with a swing like a lumberjack on a bender. One Saturday, he's glowing after that opening drive. Pure, majestic, the kind of shot you frame in your mind. I'm dialed in, he bellows, practically dancing to the next tee. Hole 2, his luck flips. A snap hook buries in the pines. His patience vanished with the ball into the trees. His 5-iron hack barely escapes the branches, and a 4-putt, 4, turns par into a quadruple bogey nightmare. Dave's a volcano now, face red, veins bulging, muttering about his trash clubs. For 16 holes, he's a man possessed, swinging harder, rushing shots, desperate to resurrect that first tee magic. He limps in with a 96, a pulled hamstring from overswinging, and a tirade about how golf's out to get him. He didn't just lose the round, he lost his mind chasing a ghost. Then there's Sarah, my old college roommate, a 20 handicap with a short game that could save her life. She's at a company outing, her boss in the cart beside her, and she's out to shine. Hole 3, she uncorks a hybrid, 180 yards floating like a dream, lands 10 feet from the pin. She's grinning, basking in the nice shot chorus, already scripting her promotion pitch. Hole 4, a shanked iron plunks into a creek. A penalty drop eats her confidence, and a rushed chip sculls across the green into the rough. Confidence gone, patience evaporated, she started unraveling, skipping her routine, snapping at her caddy/co-worker, muttering about her idiot swing. By 18, it's a 101. Her boss is politely quiet, and Sarah's swearing off golf for good. That hybrid shot was her peak and her poison. Or picture my Uncle Joe, a 25 handicap who plays twice a month. Last summer, he nails a 7-iron on the 5th, 150 yards, pin high, 5 feet for birdie. He sinks it, first birdie in years, and he's a king, high-fiving, whooping, snapping selfies with the flag. Next hole, a par 5, he's still riding that high. Pulls driver, slices it OB, reloads, hooks it into a hazard. Tries a pro move from the water's edge. Drowns another ball. Finishes with a 12, deflated, muttering, I had it. The patience that might have helped him consolidate the gain was forgotten in the euphoria. Joe's birdie was a drug, and the crash was brutal. Here's the cold slap of reality, courtesy of the numbers. Up games track thousands of amateur rounds, and for a 15 handicap like Dave, blow-ups, double bogeys or worse, gobble 6 to 8 strokes around. Where's the bleed? Not the miss hit, it's the meltdown after. That hero shot from the trees instead of punching out. The angry putt that turns bogey into triple. Decade Golf's Scott Fawcett doubles down. Your driver's dispersion is a 50-yard circle, maybe 60 on a bad day. Pros miss 35% of fairways and survive. We miss 1 and wage war. Up Game says mid-handicappers lose 5 to 7 strokes to impatience. Rushing, forcing, chasing that one pure shot. Perfection's a siren, luring us to the rocks, and we crash every time. This chapter's your lifeline out of that trap. You'll laugh at Dave's implosion, wince at Sarah's spiral, nod at Joe's birdie to bust, and see your own game in every flubbed wedge and rushed putt. You see, Dave, Sarah, and Joe weren't staying present. They were trapped, Dave reliving the ghost of one perfect drive, Sarah fast-forwarding to imagine glory, Joe letting one past success dictate reckless future decisions. They forgot the cardinal rule. The only shot that matters is the next one. But here's the gold. It's not your swing, it's your head. Upgame proves safe plays after a miss, like pitching out, save 2 to 3 strokes around. Decades play to your dispersion isn't just jargon, it's survival. Stop swinging for that first tee ghost and start owning the next shot. This is where you ditch the frustration, the blow-ups, the why me rants, and trade them for patience. Patience that keeps you in the 80s, maybe even the 70s. Whether you're a weekend hack or a club contender, this chapter's your mirror and your map. Perfection's a trap. Patience sets you free. Let's climb out together. Chapter 3. The Process Over the Prize. You're on the range late afternoon, sweat beating down your neck. The bucket's half empty, your driver's a traitor, hooks left, slices right, a symphony of chaos. You're one top shot from hurling it into the bushes growling, "Why can't I get this?" Golf's a merciless game. It dangles brilliance in your face, then yanks it away with a smirk. Most of us fixate on the prize. That 79 on the card, the "I broke par" flex. But the legends? They're obsessed with something quieter, tougher, the process. That's what this chapter's here to ignite in you. A love for the grind, not the glory. Dr. Rotella preached it to his champs. Enjoy the journey of getting better. It's not a slogan, it's a lifeline. Patience doesn't wait for perfection. It builds it, brick by sweaty brick. Let's kick off with Annika Sorenstam, a titan who rewrote golf's rules. It's May 2003, Colonial Country Club, and she's teeing off on the PGA Tour, the first woman in 58 years to crash the men's party. The stakes are insane. Cameras swarm her, mics catch every breath, skeptics sharpen their pens. She doesn't belong. Annika's not phased. She's not here to outdrive the field. She's 5 feet 6 inches, facing bombers like Vijay Singh. Her weapon? A process chiseled over years. Hours on the chipping green, putts until her wrists scream, a routine so tight you could set your watch to it. Day 1, drives wobble, Texas wind howls. She shoots 71, steady as stone. Her focus wasn't on the cameras or the critics, but solely on her pre-shot routine, her target staying completely present, the hallmarks of a champion's mindset. Day 2, 70 makes the cut, jaws drop. Doubters eat crow. She doesn't win the trophy, but she wins the war, proving patience trumps power. Up games got her back. Amateurs who grind shots inside 100 yards drop 3 to 5 strokes in a season. Annika didn't chase the prize, she lived the process. Next, Rory McIlroy, 2011 Masters. He's 22, a mop of curls and raw talent, leading by 4 as Sunday dawns. Augusta's electric, crowds buzzing, history calling. Then it implodes. A triple bogey, 8 on 10, a hooked drive on 13, an 80 that leaves him shell-shocked in Butler Cabin. The golf world's brutal. He's done too soft. Rory could have chased a quick fix. New coach, swing overhaul, desperate redemption. He doesn't. He didn't dwell on the nightmare at Augusta. Instead, he focused entirely on the next practice session, the next rep, rebuilding his confidence through deliberate action. He retreats, rebuilds, wedge reps in the rain, lag putting until dusk, patience in his bones. 3 years later, 2014, he's a machine. Wins the Open at Hoy Lake, then the PGA at Valhalla, 2 majors in a month. Decade golf salutes his scrambling. 65% up and down, top-tier grit. Rory didn't erase failure. He outworked it. Process over prize. Now Ben Hogan, the Hawk, post-1949, after a head-on crash with a bus turns his legs to pulp. He's 36, 6 majors on the shelf, but doctors say he's finished. Walking's a maybe, golf's a pipe dream. Hogan's stubborn as granite. He doesn't rush back. He rebuilds inch by agonizing inch. Months in rehab, swinging a 9-iron in slow motion, perfecting a fade he can trust. By 1950, Marion U.S. Open, He's limping but lethal. 36 holes in one day on shattered legs, ties the lead, wins the playoff. Seventh major, snatched from the jaws of ruin. His process was torture, endless reps, no shortcuts, but it forged a legend. One more, Nancy Lopez, 1978 LPGA rookie. She's 21, fearless, wins 5 straight events, a record. Then 1979 stumbles, missed cuts, cold putters, press whispering fluke. She doesn't panic, sticks to her rhythmic swing, her sunny grin, her drills. 9 wins that year, silencing the noise. Up Game says it plain. 30 minutes a week on Short Game cuts a 20 handicap score by 4 strokes in a month. Hogan's obsession, Lopez's edge. Decade adds pros gain 1 to 2 strokes around by sticking to a plan. Rory's scramble, Annika's chips. The process isn't glamorous, hitting 50 pitches, not 50 drivers, picking a target every shot, but it's unstoppable. This chapter's your forge. You'll feel Annika's defiance, Rory's rebirth, Hogan's grit, Lopez's bounce back. Real stories, raw stakes. It's why the prize fades but the process lasts, how patience turns sweat into scores. Up Game and Decade prove it. Small steps, chipping drills, routine reps, shave strokes fast. Whether you're clawing out of a hundreds rut or chasing your first 70s round, this is your fire. Stop swinging for the stars. Start crafting your game. One patient, badass step at a time. Let's build something unbreakable. Chapter 4, Tiger's Patient Rise. It's April 13th, 1997, and Augusta National hums with the weight of history. The azaleas blaze pink, the pines whisper secrets, and a 21-year-old kid strides to the first tee. Skinny frame, red Nike shirt, cap tugged low over eyes that burn like a predator's. Tiger Woods isn't just another name on the leaderboard. He's a tidal wave building, a prodigy who's been swinging clubs since he was a toddler, sinking putts on the Mike Douglas show at 2. The Masters is his crucible. Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Nick Faldo, the Giants, lurk in the shadows, watching, waiting for him to falter. Thursday starts ugly. 3 over par 40 on the front 9, bogeys stacking like bricks on his chest, the gallery's restless, the old boys club smirking. Too young, too brash, Augusta'll chew him up. Most rookies would have cracked, gripped the driver tighter, swung wilder, chased the lead in a sweat-soaked panic. Not Tiger. He exhales, resets, and unleashes a lesson that's the soul of this audiobook. Golf isn't a game of perfect shots. It's a game of patient hunters. And Tiger's about to stalk his prey. That back 9 flips the script. He doesn't force it, he finds it. Birdie on 10, a laser iron on 13, an eagle on 15 that shakes the earth. A 30 to close, a 70 for the day. Friday, he's a freight train, 66, cutting through Augusta's tight corridors like a blade. Saturday, a 65, course record, birdies falling like rain, galleries losing their minds. Sunday's a victory march, 69, a 12-shot win, the green jacket draped over shoulders too young to bear it. It's mesmerizing, right? The stuff of legend. But peel back the shine, he misses fairways, 25% of them, old stats say. 6 bogeys scar his card across 4 days. He's not perfect, he's patient. When he misses, he recovers, chips to tap-in range, putts with ice in his veins. His caddy, Fluff Cowan, reads greens like a poet. Tiger nods, trusts, waits for his windows, the par 5s, the short holes, and strikes. That 12-shot gap, it's not a fluke. It's a predator biding his time, while rivals like Colin Montgomery, 74 to 81, choke on their own haste. Rewind to August 1996, Greater Milwaukee Open. Tiger's 20, fresh off 3 straight U.S. amateurs, turning pro with a Nike spotlight blazing. Hello, world. He's raw, unpolished, facing tour vets who've buried cocky kids before. First round's a grind, 73, 1 over, drives spraying, pars clawed out of the dirt. The pros lean back, grinning, hype trains derailing. Day 2 he steadies, 70, No fireworks, just survival. Then the weekend ignites. 69 to 67, birdies piling up. A fourth-place finish that's no trophy, but a roar. He misses 30% of fairways. Decade Golf would shrug, but scrambles 60% of the time. Short game bailing him out. He doesn't dominate. He endures, learning the tour's pulse, waiting for his shot. That patience lays the tracks for 97's runaway train. Go back further. August 1994, TPC Sawgrass, U.S. Amateur Final. Tiger's 18, a high school senior, facing Trip Quain, a college stud with a 6-up lead after 13 holes. The kid's scrawny, outdriven, outgunned. The crowd's writing him off. Then the switch flips. He wins 14 with a par, 15 with a birdie, chips in on 17 to square it. Extra holes. Quainey blinks, Tiger doesn't. Title's his, first of 3 straight. He's not bombing fairways. Quainey owns distance, but he's relentless. Short game, putts, patience. It's raw, messy, and a preview of the beast he'll become. Now the numbers that'll rewire your golf soul. Decade Golf's Scott Fawcett crunches it. Tiger's 97 Masters fairway hit rate, 75%, is stellar, but not flawless. He misses 14 of 56. Greens in regulation, 80%, 58 of 72. Unreal, yet 14 greens elude him. Scrambling, 70%, 10 of 14, up and downs. A stat that's pure patience, not power. ShotLink's retrofit says from 150 yards, he's inside 20 feet, maybe 50 to 55%. Pro grade, not godlike. The edge, waiting, laying up on tucked pins, trusting Fluff's eyes, letting Montgomery and Tom Kite, 71 to 74, unravel. Decades aggressive conservatism is Tiger's DNA. Attack when the math's right, preserve when it's not. Up game adds amateurs who recover like Tiger, short game after a miss, save 2 to 3 strokes around. Pros bogey 15% of holes in majors and win. Tiger does it and laps the field. This chapter's your ringside ticket to Tiger's rise. Not the poster boy, the fighter. You'll taste the Masters front 9 stumble, the Milwaukee grit, the Sawgrass comeback, moments where patience forges a king. It's not his driver, though damn, it's a cannon. It's his mind. Decades dispersion says your shots scatter too. Your 7-iron's a 30-yard cloud, not a dart, so plan it, don't curse it. Up game proves a chipping session trims 3 strokes in a month. Tiger's weapon, yours too. This is where you grab his secret. Not the 300-yard bombs, but the calm to bogey and rebound, to wait out the storm. Whether you're a 10 handicap itching for 79 or a newbie praying for 99, this chapter's your torch. Tiger didn't explode perfect. He grew into it, patient as a tiger circling the kill. Let's stalk that patience. Your game's about to roar. Chapter 5, Patience Under Pressure. You're on the 18th tee, dusk creeping in, the air heavy with that do-or-die hum. One par stands between you and breaking 80, your holy grail, the score you've chased through shanks, shins, and shivers. Your palms sweat, your throat tightens, and the little voice in your head screams, "Don't screw this up!" The fairway looks narrower than a tightrope, the pin a mile away, guarded by bunkers that smirk like crocodiles. This is it, pressure's chokehold, where one swing can crown you or crush you. Most of us buckle, rush the backswing, force the hero shot, watch the wheels spin off. But the greats, they breathe, they wait, they win. This chapter's your pressure cooker, where patience isn't just a shield, it's a sword. Let's drop into the 2023 PGA Championship, Oak Hill, Sunday afternoon. Brooks Koepka's in the hunt, tied for the lead, a 5th major dangling within reach. He's a bulldog, all muscle and menace. But the course is a beast, rough, thicker than a jungle, green, slick as glass. Hole 16, a brutal par 3, 230 yards over water and wind. His tee shot fades right, plunks into a bunker, sand swallowing his hopes. 5 years ago, young Brooks might have gone rogue. Flop shot from a bad lie, risking a snowman to snatch glory. Not now. He steadies, exhales, grabs his wedge. A safe splash to 15 feet. Two-putt bogey. Cool as a cucumber. Holes 17 and 18, he pars out. Wins by 2. The crowd's roaring, but Brooks is stone. Pressure's his pet, tamed by patience. That bogey? A victory lap in disguise. Rewind to 2008 U.S. Open, Torrey Pines. Tiger Woods, 32, banged up knee, chasing his 14th major. He's tied with Rocco Mediate. Playoff Monday, 18th hole. Drive leaks left, rough's a bear trap. 223 yards to a pin that's laughing at him. Pain's shooting up his leg. Every step's a grimace. The old Tiger could have muscled a 4-iron, forced the miracle. Instead, he lays up in a playoff, drops a wedge to 12 feet, sinks the putt to force sudden death, wins on 19. He's limping, roaring, clutch as hell, not with power, with patience. That layup? A dagger through pressure's heart. Now my own slice of this pie. Club Championship 2019 final hole. I'm a 12 handicap, 1 par from tying the lead. Nerves like live wires. Drive finds rough, 170 out. Pin tucked behind a bunker that's eaten my dreams before. Old me, 6-iron, full send, praying for a bailout. But I'd been chewing on Rotella. Stay in your bubble. I grab 7-iron, aim 20 feet left, trust it. Land safe, chips to 5 feet, drain the putt. Don't win, but tie and learn. Pressure didn't break me. Applying patience saw me through. Here's the science to sear it in. Decade golf's stats don't mess around. Pros bogey 15 to 20% of holes in majors, Koepka's 16, Tiger's rough, and still hoist trophies. Why? They don't force it, maintaining impressive scrambling rates even under heat, per ShotLink data. From 200 yards, they hit greens maybe 50 to 55%. Not perfect, patient. Upgame's data supports this. Amateurs who consistently stick to a pre-shot routine under pressure often save 1 to 2 strokes a round. Tempo saves sanity. Decades play the percentages is clutch gospel. Aim safe, not sexy, and the card cleans up. Where pros might lose a stroke to nerves over a round, amateurs often hemorrhage 5 or more because we rush and make poor decisions under fire. Patience flips that script. This chapter is your pressure-proof vest. You'll feel Koepka's ice on 16, Tiger's limp to glory, my shaky putt that held. It's not about never feeling the squeeze. It's about thriving in it. Upgame analysis suggests that simply slowing down, maybe adding 10 seconds between shots, can often cut 2 strokes for a 15 handicap by reducing rush decisions. Decade proves safe targets beat hero dreams. Your 8-iron's a 40-yard cloud, not a pin seeker, so plan accordingly. This is where you master the meltdown moments, turn trembling hands into steady steel. Whether it's the 18th for 79 or a $5 Nassau with your buddies, this chapter's your clutch playbook. Pressure's coming. Let's meet it with patience and bury it. Chapter 6, Tiger's Patient Comeback. It's 2017, and Tiger Woods is a ghost. Once the king of golf, 15 majors, a snarl that silenced fields, he's now 41, ranked 1,199th in the world, a punchline on late-night TV. His back's a wreck, 4 surgeries, fused spine, can't swing without wincing, can't walk 18 without a limp. The tabloids feast, the golf world mourns. He's done, a legend burned out. Picture him slumped in a chair, painkillers his crutch, kids asking why daddy doesn't play anymore. Most would have hung it up, faded into endorsements and nostalgia. Not Tiger. This chapter's your front row seat to the greatest comeback golf's ever seen. Not with flash, but with patience that could bend steel. Tiger's about to claw back from the abyss, and it's a masterclass in waiting out the dark. Post-2015, he's a shell. Missed cuts, withdrawals, a DUI mugshot that breaks hearts. Doctors say swing again, you're toast. But Tiger's got fire left. He doesn't rush. Starts small, chipping in his Florida backyard. Wincing but working. Months crawl by, short irons on the range, ginger swings, rehab that's more torture than therapy. 2018, he creeps back. Valspar, a top 5 limp. PGA Championship, a runner-up gut punch. He's not bombing it, 260-yard drives, not 300, but he's grinding, wedges sharp, putts dropping. Then September Tour Championship, he wins first in 5 years. Crowd swallowing him in a tidal wave. It's not 97 Tiger, it's Patient Tiger, rebuilt from ash. April 2019, the Masters, the capstone. He's 43, trailing by 2 on Sunday, Augusta a pressure cooker. Francesco Molinari's in command, until he isn't. Hole 12, Rays Creek. Molinari drowns 2 balls. Tony Finau follows. Tiger, iron to 15 feet, 2-putt par. Steady, not sexy. 13, he lays up, wedges close, birdie. 15, eagle chance, settles for birdie. 18, he pars out, wins by 1. 15th major, 11 years since the last. He's not the kid torching fields, he's the man outlasting them, limping to glory. That roar, it's patience breaking through. The numbers scream it. Decade says Tiger's 2019 Masters greens hit 75%, not the 80% plus of old, yet he scrambles 65% vintage grit. Drives around 60% fairways, cautious, not crushing. Up-game tracks comeback gains. Focused short game practice post-layoff can cut scores significantly. Tiger lived it. Pros bogey roughly 15% of holes in majors. Tiger does and wins. Decades play the odds became his gospel. Safe on 12, smart on 13, no unnecessary heroics, just patience paying dividends. This chapter's your comeback compass. You'll walk Tiger's dark years, backyard chips, the slow climb of 2018, 2019's ultimate triumph, feeling every ache, every step. It's not his old swagger, it's his new steel, forged in patience. Up Game confirms that dedicated chipping practice shaves strokes. Tiger's lifeline, yours too. Decade proves your game's salvageable. Plan for the miss, not the miracle. This is where you rise from your own slumps, hundreds to 90s, 80s to 70s, patient as Tiger clawing back. Whether you're rusty, feeling broken, or just off your game, this chapter's your fire. Tiger didn't storm back. He waited, worked, won. Let's rebuild your game, one patient brick at a time. Chapter 7, Jack's Patient Mastery. It's April 1975, Augusta National, and the Masters is a cauldron of chaos. The leaderboard's a murderer's row. Johnny Miller, Tom Weiskopf, Jack Nicklaus, names that echo like thunder. Nicklaus, the Golden Bear, is 35, already a legend with 13 majors. But he's human today. Thursday's a tough start. He shoots 73, 7 shots adrift, while Weiskopf and Miller are lighting it up. The galleries buzz. The press sharpens its pencils. Jack's slipping. The young guns are taking over. Most players would have pressed. Bomb drivers, fired at pins, desperate to claw back. Not Jack. He laces up his shoes, adjusts that iconic yellow shirt, and steps into the storm with a glint in his eye. This chapter is your portal to Jack Nicklaus's patient mastery, a clinic in waiting out the world until it bends to you, the heartbeat of golf's greatest champion. Friday, Jack steadies the ship. 68, fairways and greens. No fireworks, just a slow, relentless burn. Weiskopf's still blazing, Miller's hanging tough. Saturday, Jack's 69 creeps him closer. 2 shots back now. The hunt is truly on. Sunday evolves into a legendary showdown. Weiskopf reaches 12 under. Miller's lurking. Jack's at 10 under, heading into the final stretch. Hole 15, a par 5, reachable in 2. Jack strategically lays up, wedges to 8 feet, birdie. 16, the par 3 redbud, pin tucked high on the treacherous green. His 5-iron floats, lands soft, and tracks towards the hole, settling into a 40-foot downhill snake. He studies it, strokes it, dead center. A roar splits the Georgia sky as he takes the lead. On 18, he pars out for a 12 under total. Weiskopf and Miller falter down the stretch. Bogeys bleed out their chances. Jack wins by one. That 40-footer makes the highlight reel, but the real story? Patience. Calmly waiting out a 7-shot deficit, trusting his meticulous game plan while giants stumbled around him. Fast forward to 1986, Augusta again. Jack's 46, an old lion they called him, 17 majors already secured, but surely the game had passed him by. First round, 74, 4 shots back. He's done, the whispers grow louder. Friday, a methodical 71. Saturday, a solid 69. He's sniffing contention. Just 3 shots off the lead entering Sunday. And then magic. 6 under on the back 9. An eagle on 15 that felt seismic. A laser-like tee shot setting up birdie on 17, culminating in a 65 that rewrites history. He wins by 1, his 18th major, the oldest Masters champion ever. He missed fairways around 30% that week, but hit 70% of greens, scrambling like a wizard when needed. Norman famously faltered, kite faded. Jack waited, pounced, and owned the moment. Rewind to 1963, his first Masters victory, age 23. He's a powerful young talent among seasoned vets. Palmer, Player, Snead. Thursday, 74, a shaky start. Friday, 66, he grinds into contention. Sunday, he finds himself tied with Sam Snead approaching the final hole. Drive safe, iron steady, 2-putt par. He wins by 1 as the veteran Snead falters. Not sheer domination, it was patience. Learning Augusta's cruel and rewarding dance right from the start. The numbers help carve it in stone. Decade golf models. Jack's era, career fairway, hit rate, estimated around 70%. World-class but not perfect, meaning 3 out of 10 drives missed. Greens in regulation, perhaps 65 to 70%, implying he still missed 5 to 7 greens per round on average. Scrambling, likely near 60% in majors, those up and downs win wars. Shot link proxies suggest from 150 to 200 yards. He hit greens 60 to 65%. Supremely consistent, not infallible. Upgame's insights resonate. Mid-handicappers aiming for green centers, not flags, typically gain 1 to 2 strokes a round. That was Jack's bread and butter. Minimizing big errors. Decade's principle of outlasting the course fits him perfectly. He might bogey 15% of holes like other top pros, but his strategic avoidance of doubles and triples allowed him to stack 18 majors. Patience, calculation, and strategy, not just raw power, built that throne. This chapter is your masterclass with the Bear. You'll stand on 75's 16th green, feel the surge of 86's back 9 charge, taste the quiet grit of 63's rookie win. Jack's patient soul laid bare. It wasn't just his powerful drives. It was his mental steel to wait out a 7-shot deficit, to strategically lay up on 15 when others went for broke, to let rivals self-destruct under pressure. Upgame confirms that playing to safe targets can cut strokes. That was Jack's game, and it can be yours too. Decade proves your misses are survivable. Your 5-iron likely has a 40-yard dispersion, so plan for it. Don't expect perfection. This is where you learn to channel Jack's mastery, turn potential blow-ups into routine pars, manage pressure, and trust your strategy. Whether you're chasing a club title or your first 85, this chapter holds your golden key. Jack didn't beat golf into submission. He outweighted it, outthought it, patient as a bear on the hunt. Let's claim that crown of patience. Chapter 8, The Patience to Bounce Back. You're trudging off the 18th, scorecard a massacre, 95, maybe 105, a parade of shanks, skulls, and 3 putts. Your buddies rib you, nice snowman on 12. But it's not funny. The bag feels heavier, the drive home longer, and that voice whispers, why do I even play? Golf's a grinder. It kicks you down, laughs while you're bleeding. Most of us stay down, quit the range, skip the next tee time, let the clubs gather dust. But the tough ones, they dust off, dig in, rise again. This chapter's your lifeline through the muck. Patience to bounce back. Not just from bad holes, but bad days, bad years. It's the glue that binds golf's survivors, and you're about to join them. Take Nancy Lopez, 1978 LPGA rookie. She's 21, a fireball with a swing like silk, wins 5 straight events, a record, golf's new darling. Then 1979 crashes in, missed cuts, putter colder than a morgue, press snarling, one-year wonder. She's gutted, doubts creep, fans fade. Most would have spiraled. New coach, swing tweak, panic mode. Nancy doesn't. She leans on her process, short, rhythmic swings, endless chipping, that million-watt smile. By year's end, 9 wins. 9, silencing the noise. She doesn't out-hit the slump. She outweights it, patient as dawn chasing night. Now Justin Thomas, 2021 to 2022. He's around 28, already a major champ, but the wheels feel loose, a couple of years without the frequency of wins expected, rankings having slid below his peak. Swing feels off, putts lip out, fans muttering, has he lost it? May 2022, PGA Championship, Southern Hills. He starts Sunday, 7 shots back. Most would have mailed it in, force hero shots, chase aggressively, likely crash and burn. JT grinds, birdies on 9 and 10 fuel hope, steady pars keep him alive, he waits. The leaders falter, playoff, JT wins, second major, a phoenix from ashes. Decade golf would flag his approach. Positive strokes gained through patient precision when it mattered most. He doesn't force it, he endures it, then seizes the moment. Or me, 2020, mid-pandemic funk. I'm a 12 handicap, but golf's my escape until it isn't. One round, I'm a train wreck. 108, shanks everywhere. A 14 on a par 5 after 3 balls out of bounds. I'm done. Clubs in the garage, swearing I'm out. A week later, I'm back. 30 minutes chipping, no driver, just feel. Next round, 89, not great, but alive. Patience pulls me through. The stats hammer it home. Up Game says after a blow-up round, amateurs who practice short game often cut 2 to 3 strokes next outing. Nancy's trick, my lifeline. Decade tracks pros, accepting bogeys, around 15% even in wins. Maintaining strong scrambling under fire, often near 60%. JT's edge. Up Game adds 10 handicappers who consciously reset after a bad day typically drop multiple strokes over a month. Process pays. Decades, survive the miss is gospel. Your 7-iron has dispersion, recover, don't rage. Patience isn't passive, it's power. This chapter's your bounce-back Bible. You'll ache with Nancy's slump, roar with JT's rise, not at my garage exile. Real scars, real wins. It's not about never falling, it's about climbing back, patient as a tide turning. Up Game proves short game reps are a proven slump buster. Decade reminds you your game's alive. Plan the miss, not the myth. This is where you shed the hundreds, claw back to the 80s, turn quit into grit. Whether it's a bad round or a bad stretch, this chapter's your rope. Golf kicks, patience kicks back. Let's rise together. Chapter 9, Building Your Patient Game. You're standing on the range, grass-stained shoes, a bucket of balls staring you down. Your last round was a roller coaster. 85, maybe 95. Flashes of brilliance drowned in bogeys. You're itching to fix it. Crank drivers farther, stick irons closer, drain every putt. But golf's a sly devil. It doesn't bend to quick fixes or hot streaks. You've heard it through these chapters. Kites grind, tigers rise, jacks mastery. It's not perfection that wins, it's patience. This chapter's your toolbox, your hands-on guide to build that patient game, brick by brick. No fluff, no fairy tales, just real steps, real stories, real results, backed by Rotella's wisdom and cold, hard stats. You're not just fixing your swing, you're forging a mindset that'll carry you from the 90s to the 70s, from frustration to freedom. Let's get to work. First, your routine, your anchor. Jordan Spieth, 2015 Masters champ, lives it. 2 practice swings, a stare down, same rhythm every shot. Pressure's choking him on 18. He sticks to it, wins. Me? Last summer, I'm a 12 handicap, rushing shots, spraying 9s, 2s. I steal Spieth's trick. 10 seconds to breathe, pick a target, swing. Next round, 84, 8 strokes, 1 tweak. Up-game data suggests amateurs with a consistent pre-shot routine often gain 1 to 2 strokes per round through better tempo and decision-making. Tempo's your glue. Step 1. Build yours, practice it till it's muscle memory. Watch chaos turn to calm. Second, play your game, not the pins. Decade Golf's Scott Fawcett hammers it. Your 5-iron's dispersion is a 40-yard circle. Pros hit greens 65% from 150 to 200 yards. You might hit 40% on a good day. Stop firing at tuck flags. Aim center, take the 2-putt. My buddy Mike, a 15 handicap, tries hero shots. 95s pile up. I nag him. Middle, man, middle! He grumbles, tries it. 88, best in months. Up-game analysis indicates mid-handicappers aiming for safer targets typically gain 1 to 2 strokes per round in strokes gained approach. Jack Nicklaus's secret, yours too. Step 2. Know your scatter, own it, play it smart. Third, grind the short game, your bailout. Annika Sorenstam, 2003 Colonial, faces PGA bombers. Her wedge and putter save her, make the cut. You? That 50-yard pitch you skull, the 3-putt that stings. Fix it. I hit 50 chips a week, 20 minutes, drop from 92 to 86. UpGame's data shows amateurs who dedicate consistent practice time inside 100 yards can potentially cut 3 to 5 strokes off their handicap over a season. Annika's edge, tangible. Step 3, ditch the driver range occasionally, chip and putt till your hands bleed, figuratively speaking. Watch scores shrink. Fourth, laugh at the bad. Rotella's ace. Tom Kite bogeys at Pebble, grins, moves on, wins the 92 Open. I shank one last month. Old me fumes, new me chuckles, pars the next. Mental reset, not meltdown. Up-game data strongly suggests that avoiding the mental meltdown after a bad shot, perhaps by shrugging it off or even laughing, can save amateurs 2 or more strokes per round, compared to letting one mistake derail subsequent holes. Step 4, shrug, reset, roll with it. Your head's your weapon. One more. My cousin Lisa, a 25 handicap beginner. She's wild, hundreds, lost balls, tears. I give her these steps. Routine, safe targets, chipping, a laugh. 6 months, she's 92. Joy back, game alive. Decade reminds us pros survive 35% fairway misses. You can too. Upgame tracks her short game reps, likely contributing to multiple strokes saved. She's not perfect. She's patient. This chapter's your build site. You'll see Spieth's clutch routine, Annika's wedge magic, Lisa's rookie rise, tools in action. Decade principles show your game's not a dartboard. Planning for the miss helps avoid costly errors, potentially saving 2+ strokes per round. Up-game data suggests 20 minutes of focused chipping per week can shave significant strokes off your score relatively quickly. Do it. This is where you craft your patient game. Turn 90s to 80s, 80s to glory. Whether you're a hacker or a hopeful, these steps are your steel. Golf's a marathon. Let's build you to run it, patient and unstoppable. Chapter 10. Ben Hogan's Patient Precision. It's June 1950, Marion Golf Club, U.S. Open, and the air's thick with haze and history. Ben Hogan steps to the tee, a hawk-eyed Texan, 37, wiry frame bent but unbowed. 16 months prior, a Greyhound bus smashed his car head-on, legs shattered, pelvis cracked, doctors swearing he'd never walk again, let alone compete at golf's highest level. He already owned 6 major titles, armed with a swing seemingly machined from steel. But now he's almost a ghost, limping, grimacing through pain, a man defying fate. The field's stacked. Sneed, Demeret, Middlecoff. But Hogan isn't here to dazzle. He's here to endure, to execute. This chapter opens a window into Ben Hogan's unique brand of patient precision, a tale of a body broken, a game meticulously reborn, and a will that turned agony into near perfection, one calculated step at a time. Golf's toughest soul is about to show you how deep patience can carve legends. Marion in 1950 is a beast. Tight fairways, ankle-deep rough demanding accuracy, and a grueling 36 holes on Saturday to crown the champion. Hogan's legs scream with every step, bandage, swollen, each swing an exercise in pain management. He starts steady, 71, 72, no fireworks, just survival, keeping himself in the hunt. Saturday's 36-hole marathon is brutal, nearly 12 miles traversed on ruined limbs. Yet in the first 18, he shoots a remarkable 69, moving into a tie with Lloyd Mangrum and George Fazio. A Sunday playoff looms, his legs are buckling, but his mind is ice. On the final hole of regulation, the demanding 18th, playing 213 yards to a par 4, he needs par. He pulls a 1-iron, strikes it pure as prayer. The ball lands softly on the green, 40 feet from the pin. 2 putts secure his place in the playoff. On Sunday, he outgrinds his opponents, carding a 69 to Mangrum's 73 and Fazio's 75. His 7th major, miraculously snatched from oblivion. That 1-iron shot became iconic, but the real story behind it? Unfathomable patience. Months of agonizing rehab, rebuilding his swing in slow motion, perfecting a controlled fade he could trust under pressure. He doesn't overpower Marion. He dissects it, outlasts it. Rewind to 1946, the PGA Championship, Hogan's 34, in his pre-crash prime. He's already a winning machine, 11 victories that year, but this major is a grind. It's match play. In the semifinals, he finds himself down against Byron Nelson, his respected rival. Holes tick by. Hogan's slightly off. Nelson looks sharp. Most might press, force shots, try to make something happen. Hogan waits, stacking pars, applying quiet pressure. Nelson eventually blinks. Hogan wins the match. In the final, he methodically defeats Jimmy Demeret for his first major title. Not flashy, just precise, patient, a clear hint of the mental steel that defined him. Or consider 1953, the Open Championship at the formidable Carnoustie Links in Scotland. Hogan's 40, making his first and only trip across the Atlantic for the claret jug, his legs still fragile reminders of the accident. The Brits scoff. This Yank won't tame Carnoustie. Hogan approaches it like a puzzle. He studies the course relentlessly. The wind, the humps and hollows, the treacherous burns. Then he patiently carves it apart, 73, 71, 70, 068, winning by 4 shots. Records show he missed his share of fairways, perhaps 30%, but his iron play was superb, hitting around 70% of greens, and his scrambling sharp, around 65%. He doesn't blast his way around. He dissects the course with the patience and precision of a master surgeon. The stats, as best modeled for his era, etch his approach in iron. Decade golf might model Hogan's driving accuracy around 65 to 70%. Missing 3 to 4 fairways per round was survivable with his skill. Greens in regulation likely near 70%, meaning even he missed around 5 greens per round. Yet old records suggest strong up and down percentages, perhaps 65%. ShotLink proxies for his era might place his approaches from 100 to 150 yards inside 20 feet 60 to 65% of the time. Elite control, minimizing chaos. Up-game data highlights how crucial short-game repetitions are, potentially saving 3 to 5 strokes. This became Hogan's lifeblood post-crash. Decades' philosophy of precision over power fits him like a glove. Like other champions, he'd make his bogeys, maybe 15% of holes. But his avoidance of big numbers, built on precision, allowed him to win 9 majors, including 3 after the accident. Patience, fueled by an iron will, turned near tragedy into triumph. This chapter is your Hogan Forge, a place to temper your own game. You'll limp with him in spirit at Marion, grind mentally past Nelson, Appreciate the conquest of Carnoustie, witnessing precision born from painstaking patience. Upgame confirms that 30 minutes of dedicated chipping practice pays dividends. It was vital to Hogan's comeback, and it can elevate your game. Decade reminds us that even Hogan missed. Your 9-iron has dispersion, trust your process, recover smartly, and you can thrive. This is where you sharpen your game. Turn potential 90s into solid 80s. Transform slumps into displays of resilience. Whether you're battling rust or completely rebuilding your game, Hogan's example is your blade. He didn't rush back. He carved his way back, patient and precise. Let's hone that mental and physical edge together. Chapter 11. Kevin, the talented temper. The sound, that's what Kevin chases. That pure, compressed thwack of urethane meeting forged steel, a sound that echoes authority across the fairway. First hole today, a short par 4, he gets it. Driver barely off the ground, a low bullet that runs forever. Wedge bites, spins back to 3 feet. Tap in birdie. Easy game. He allows himself a small, satisfied smirk, pulling the ball from the cup. This is how it's supposed to feel. Hole 2, the demanding par 5, Hawks Ridge. Another perfect drive splits the fairway, leaving him 240 yards to a green, perched like a fortress, fronted by sand, back right pin, tucked behind the deepest bunker on the course. The air crackles with possibility. Mike, puffing up the fairway beside him, offers the expected counsel. Smart plays hybrid down the left, Kev. Take the bunker out, wedge it close. Kevin hears him, but the words barely register. His mind is replaying the drive, feeling the adrenaline, the power. He visualizes the 3-wood, a high, majestic fade landing soft as a butterfly next to the pin. He knows intellectually about decade golf. He's heard Fawcett's talks online. He knows his 3-wood dispersion chart isn't a pinpoint, especially from 240. He knows the smart play leaves an easy par, probable birdie. But the siren song of perfection, the memory of that first hole purity, the competitive fire that burns too hot, it drowns out logic. Nah, I feel this one, he clips, pulling the head cover with a flourish that feels more like defiance. He rushes his routine slightly, just 1 practice swing instead of his usual 2. Takes a mighty lash trying to muscle it there. The sound is wrong, not disastrously so, but slightly thin, a fraction off the toe. The ball starts on a good line but doesn't have the usual stability. It hangs in the air against the slight left-to-right breeze. Drifting, drifting. Kevin holds his breath, leaning, willing it left. It doesn't listen. It drops with sickening finality into the front right bunker, plugging deep into the upslope, directly between him and the flag. A low growl escapes Kevin's lips. Wind caught it, he mutters, already building the narrative of victimhood. He marches towards the green, the club grip tight, knuckles white. The easy birdie evaporated. Now it's survival, but Kevin doesn't do survival well. He sees the plug lie, the towering lip, the minimal green between him and the pin. The patient play screams, "Go sideways! Take your medicine! Walk away with bogey!" Mike, sensing the building storm, stays quiet. Kevin digs his feet into the sand, eyes narrowed not in focus, but in fury. He takes the wedge back sharply, then launches himself down into the ball with brute force, trying the impossible flop from a plugged lie. Sand flies everywhere, stinging his eyes. The ball hops and stays in the bunker, rolling back down into his footprint. Now the volcano erupts. He slams the wedge into the sand, lets out a string of curses that makes a nearby squirrel scamper up a pine. He doesn't even look at the next shot properly. Another rushed, violent hack sends the ball rocketing out, thin and fast, screaming over the green into the thick back rough. He throws the wedge towards his bag. From the rough, still seeing red, he grabs a lob wedge, chops down, sculls it clean across the green and back into the same bunker. Mike winces. This is beyond golf now. It's self-destruction theater. It takes Kevin 2 more angry swipes to get out, leaving a 20-footer. He stalks onto the green, jams the first putt 8 feet past, misses the comebacker. He taps in for a soul-crushing 9. A 9. On a par 5, he reached in one perfect drive. He doesn't speak walking to the next tee. His routine is gone, replaced by jerky, rushed movements. He pulls driver on the tight par 4 third, trying to obliterate his frustration, and snap hooks it deep into the woods. Lost ball. The 44 on the front 9 feels almost inevitable. Kevin has the tools of a champion, but the patience of a toddler denied candy. Until he learns to breathe through the mistakes, embrace the imperfect reality mapped out by decade, and manage his fiery temperament, as Rotella would advise, those flashes of brilliance will always be swallowed by the ensuing darkness. Chapter 12. Sandra, the diligent Duffer. Sandra's dedication is undeniable. An hour before her 9:30 a.m. tee time, she's claimed her usual spot at the end of the range. Armed with a large bucket and a laminated printout of 5 simple keys to a better drive from last month's golf magazine, she meticulously places a ball on the pristine range mat, goes through her checklist. Grip pressure light? Check. Slow takeaway? Check. Turn shoulders? Check. And swings. It's a decent imitation of a golf swing, and maybe 40% of her drives off the mat achieve a respectable high fade. She ignores the topped ones and the low hooks, focusing on the potential represented by the good shots. She spends nearly 45 minutes like this, hitting driver after driver, feeling like she's grooving something. Wedges? Maybe 5 minutes at the end, hitting a few half-hearted chips off the same perfect lie towards a faded flag. Walking to the first tee, she feels that familiar blend of cautious optimism and underlying dread. Carol greets her warmly. "Ready to conquer the course today, Sandra?" Sandra forces a smile. "Trying." The first hole is a wide, welcoming par 4, slight dogleg right. "Okay, remember the keys," she tells herself. Slow backswing, but the pristine mat is gone, replaced by slightly uneven turf. Carol is watching. The group behind is waiting. Her heart rate climbs. She takes the club back. Too slow. Pauses at the top, then lunges. It's a desperate attempt to generate power, all sequence lost. The club face arrives wide open. A sickening thwack slice sound. And the ball rockets right, a boomerang heading for the adjacent fairway, maybe farther. Lost. "Breakfast ball," Carol calls encouragingly. Sandra shakes her head, pulling another ball from her pocket, embarrassment burning her cheeks. The second swing is fraught with tension, compensating for the first. She tops it, a pathetic dribble that barely reaches the forward tees. She walks stiffly to her cart, digs in her bag, and pulls out the scorecard. Pencil hovering, she gives herself the maximum allowed, a triple bogey 7, without even having reached the fairway yet. The optimism evaporates, replaced by a familiar weariness. Why is this so hard? The rest of the round is a familiar battle. Sandra genuinely tries. She hits some decent shots, a crisp 7-iron here, a lucky long putt there. But the blow-ups are relentless. On the par 4 7th, her drive finds the fairway, leaving 85 yards in. A real chance for par, or at least bogey. Okay, focus, she thinks. The pin is center left. She remembers reading something about aiming for the middle of the green, some strokes gained idea. But 85 yards feels like it should be close. She aims right at the flag. The lie is slightly downhill. She grips the wedge tightly, tries to hit down like the pros say, and digs the leading edge into the turf 2 inches behind the ball. A massive divot flies 10 yards. The ball pops up maybe 15 yards, still short of the fairway cut. Her shoulders slump. Okay, don't compound it. Next shot, trying desperately not to hit it fat, she catches it thin. The ball shoots low and fast like a laser across the green into the thick rough behind. It takes her 2 chops to get out of the rough, then 2 putts. Another 7. 5 shots from 85 yards. She finishes with 104. Better than some days, worse than others. As she sips her iced tea on the clubhouse patio, she reflects. All that practice, all those drivers, yet she lost countless strokes today around the greens and from simple strategic errors. She sees the club pro giving a lesson on the chipping green, watches the rhythmic, patient strokes, the focus on landing spot, not just hitting the ball. She thinks about Kevin in her group last week, how even his great drives didn't save him when he got angry or tried impossible shots. Maybe, maybe hitting 100 drivers isn't the answer. Maybe that up-game data about short-game practice is the key. Maybe Decade's idea of just hitting the big part of the green isn't giving up, but playing smart. Maybe patience isn't just about not throwing clubs. Maybe it's about patient practice and patient strategy. A small seed of a new approach begins to sprout amidst the frustration. She might still shoot 104 next week, but perhaps, just perhaps, the way she practices and plays could start to change. Brick by patient brick. Conclusion: the patient golfer's mindset. You're standing on the first tee, morning mist curling around your feet, the fairway stretching out like a blank page. Your bags slung over your shoulder, clubs worn from battles, some won, some lost. You've walked this journey with us. 10 chapters, a gallery of giants, a mirror held up to your own game. Kite's windswept grind at Pebble, Spieth's clutch layup at Augusta, Tiger's rise and dramatic rebirth, Jack's steady reign, Hogan's steel forged through ruin. You've likely laughed at Dave's fairway meltdowns, nodded at Nancy's resilience, perhaps felt the weight of my own 108 to 89 crawl. Golf has thrown it all at you, shanks that sting, putts that lip out, dreams that fade into the rough. But here's the truth we've carved out together. Golf will never kneel to perfection. It's a game of patience, a long, winding road where the patient golfer doesn't just survive, they thrive. This conclusion is your flagstick, your final green, where we plant the mindset that will carry you forward round after round, year after year. Let's rewind the tape. Tom Kite, 1992 U.S. Open, 13 tries, a gale tearing Pebble apart, yet he chips close, waits out Faldo, wins by 2. Patience over raw power. Tiger, 1997 Masters, 3 over after 9, a young prodigy under a global microscope, turns potential disaster into a 12-shot runaway with calm strategy, not chaos. Jack, 1975 Augusta, 7 shots back entering the weekend, lays up strategically on 15, sinks a legendary 40-footer on 16, outlasts the best in the world. Hogan, 1950 Marion, legs shattered 16 months earlier, endures 36 grueling holes on Saturday, hits that 1-iron on the 72nd hole, and wins the playoff through sheer will and precision. These aren't fairy tales. They're proof. Decade Golf's analysis confirms it. Even the best pros miss roughly 35% of fairways, perhaps 30% of greens, and bogey around 15% of holes, and still hoist trophies. Why? They don't chase the elusive perfect shot. They master the next one, the possible one. That's the golden thread. Patience weaves winners, not flawless swings. Now let's flip it back to us, the weekend warriors, the dreamers, the grinders. Dave's 96, born from chasing that first tee stunner. Sarah's 101, undone by letting one great hybrid shot set unrealistic expectations. Me, shanking my way to 108, swearing off the game until patience pulled me back with simple chipping drills. We've all been there, seduced by the myth of perfection, crushed when reality bites. UpGame's data provides the X-ray. Blow-up holes, often fueled by impatience after a mistake, steal 6 to 8 strokes per round from average amateurs. Decade reminds us your driver likely has a 50-yard dispersion. Plan for it, don't fight it. The trap is real, baited with frustration, but the escape hatch is unlocked by patience. Think of Annika's short game mastery at Colonial, Rory's meticulous 3-year rebuild culminating in 2 majors, Justin Thomas's 7-shot Sunday clawback at the PGA. They didn't rage. They waited, worked, won. You can too. This audiobook has been your forge. 10 chapters, 10 fires refining your approach. Chapter 1's prose taught you patience trumps talent. Kite, Spieth, Watson didn't flinch under pressure. Chapter 2 exposed the weekend warrior trap through Dave's rage and my rush, then handed you the rope of awareness. Chapter 3 championed process over prize, Annika's wedges, Hogan's rebuilt fade, proving the grind beats fleeting glory. Tiger's patient rise in Chapter 4, his handling of pressure in 5, and his incredible comeback in 6 showed how patience built a king, broke a slump, and stole a Masters against all odds. Jack's strategic mastery in Chapter 7, turning a 7-shot deficit into victory, demonstrated how patience can outwit time itself. Chapter 8's bounce-back theme, Nancy's 9 wins after a slump, JT's major triumph, lit the path from ashes. Chapter 9 gave you the practical tools, routine, targets, short game, a laugh, to build your own patient game. And Hogan's patient precision in Chapter 10, Marion's limp, Carnousties' dissection, carved the necessity of patience into steel. Every story, every stat, every step screams the same truth. Perfection is a ghost. Patience is your pulse. So what tangible difference can this make? Upgame data strongly suggests that 20 minutes of dedicated chipping practice per week can potentially drop 3 to 5 strokes from your handicap over time. Do it. Feel the difference around the greens. Decade principles show that playing to safer targets and planning for your dispersion often saves 2 or more strokes per round compared to aggressive, low-percentage plays. Your 7-iron is a dispersion pattern, not a laser. Own it. Remember, pros accept bogeys and win majors. You can accept bogeys and break 90, break 80, or simply enjoy the game more. This isn't just theory, it's your game, reshaped and reframed. Next round you will miss. Fairways, greens, putts. That's golf. It's guaranteed. But now, armed with the patient golfer's mindset, the reaction can be different. Breathe after the shank, plan the recovery after the missed fairway, chip with focus after the poor approach. Maybe even manage a wry grin after the 3-putt. You'll see those frustrating 95s start to melt towards 85s. The elusive 85s might nudge into the 75s. Not overnight, certainly, but over patient time, with persistent application. Whether you're a 25 handicap beginner finding joy in breaking 100, or a club champ chasing glory, this mindset is your ultimate edge. Picture it. Next Saturday, you're back on that first tee. The opening drive sails slightly right. No panic, just assess the lie, plot the safe recovery. The approach finds the greenside bunker. No slump of the shoulders, just focus on executing a solid sand shot. A putt lips out on the edge, perhaps a brief sigh, then reset and focus entirely on the tap-in. You're not striving for unattainable perfection anymore. You're embracing resilient patience. Kite's grit, Tiger's calm focus, Jack's strategic waiting, Hogan's steel determination, elements of their mastery are accessible to you now through this mindset. This audiobook has been your caddy, whispering reminders in your ear. Trust the process. Enjoy the journey of getting better. Play the shot in front of you. Outlast the course. Golf kicks hard sometimes. Patience kicks back harder. Thank you for walking this road with me through. Golf is not a game of perfect. It's a game of patience. Now step up to your next shot, swing free, and play the long game. Your patient masterpiece starts now.